Deforestation, urbanization, are reshaping the physical world, and these are not distant environmental topics. They are fundamental business concerns that alter risk for every company and the economy as a whole. Deforestation is the clearing of forests for other uses like agriculture or mining. Urbanization is the rapid expansion of cities as populations grow and shift. Together, these powerful forces change the land, the flow of water, and the stability of our climate. For any business, ignoring these shifts is like building a house without checking the foundation. The ground is moving, and understanding how is the first step toward managing the risks that follow. Trees are essential for a stable environment. They absorb rainfall, hold soil in place, and regulate local temperatures. When forests are removed, this natural infrastructure is lost. Rainwater runs off the land more quickly, leading to more frequent and severe floods. The most immediate is supply risk. Many industries depend on raw materials that are directly or indirectly linked to healthy ecosystems. Agriculture, forestry, pharmaceuticals. When deforestation leads to soil degradation or water scarcity, crop yields fall and timber becomes less available. This directly impacts the availability and price of essential inputs. Next, businesses face rising operational costs. The loss of natural water regulation services forces companies and municipalities to invest in expensive engineered solutions. A factory that once relied on a clean, steady river might now need to build its own water treatment and storage facilities. Cities expanding into former wetlands must construct costly levees and drainage systems to manage floodwaters. Increased heat in urban areas, known as the urban heat island effect, drives up energy costs for cooling offices and warehouses. Regulation and reputation present another layer of risk. As governments and the public become more aware of the negative impacts of deforestation, they respond with action. Governments may introduce new laws, such as bans on products linked to illegal forest clearing or taxes on environmentally damaging activities. A company's brand can be severely damaged by links to deforestation. The food and agriculture sector is on the front line. It depends on predictable weather-healthy soil, sufficient water. Deforestation disrupts all three. Loss of forests in one region can alter rainfall patterns far away, leading to drought in critical farming areas. Yields drop for staple crops like corn, soy. That drives up costs for food manufacturers, livestock producers, consumers at the supermarket. The water sector faces scarcity and contamination. Cleared forests mean less rainwater captured and filtered into aquifers. Instead, water runs off, carrying soil and pollutants into rivers. Water becomes harder and more expensive to treat for drinking. Heavy industrial users, beverage companies, semiconductor manufacturers, face constraints from water scarcity. They may have to limit production or relocate facilities at great cost. Insurance and real estate are exposed to physical risks. The transportation and logistics sector is highly vulnerable. The immediate risks to individual businesses are just the beginning. Over time, deforestation and urbanization cast a long, dark shadow over the entire economy, creating systemic vulnerabilities that are much harder to manage. One of the most significant long-term effects is a steady, almost invisible rise in a wide range of costs. As natural resources like clean water, fertile land become scarcer, their economic value increases. This means the base cost of producing everything from food electronics creeps relentlessly upward. This slow-motion inflation erodes corporate profits and reduces consumer purchasing power, acting as a quiet drag on overall economic growth. Another profound long-term effect is the loss of future economic opportunities. Forests and natural ecosystems are a vast, untapped library of genetic information and chemical compounds. Many of our most important medicines, aspirin to cancer treatments, originated from plants. As we destroy these ecosystems, we are effectively burning the library before we have had a chance to read the books. Ecosystems are complex and interconnected. They can often absorb stress up to a certain point before collapsing unexpectedly. These black swan events become more probable in a destabilized environment, creating volatility that makes long-term investment and planning extremely difficult. While the risks are significant, paralysis is not an option. Businesses have a clear incentive to act. The steps to build resilience are practical and achievable. The journey begins with a thorough and honest assessment. Map the entire value chain. Source of raw materials. Location of offices and factories. Identify hotspots of vulnerability. Where does our water come from? Are key suppliers in high deforestation regions? Are assets in a floodplain? Answering these questions creates a risk map. With risks clear, adapt business practices. Source from verified deforestation-free suppliers. Redesign products to use less water. Redesign to use fewer resource-intensive materials. Build redundancy. Alternative suppliers. Build redundancy. Alternative transport routes. Invest directly in nature, not charity. Natural infrastructure investment. A beverage company can fund watershed reforestation. A real estate developer can integrate green infrastructure, parks, green roofs, permeable pavements. These features reduce flood risk. Investing in nature yields high returns. Finally, transparency is critical. Measure.